Um, we left off on question 14 from the last video, and what we did is we created a confidence. For this question, we're creating a confidence interval for the population standard deviation, and we're doing this with the confidence levels of of 95%. And then we have to do the same thing as the last problem, which is going to be do a critical value and then a sketch of it and then the standard error and then the formulas and calculations that we use in order to find this. So we're in this problem, we're going to be evaluating the confidence level for the population standard deviation using the confidence level of 95%. And then the critical values that we got for this, we used the StatCrunch output with the chi-square calculator. And we got a minimum for the x to the power 2 left side. It's going to be 216.3154 calories, and then a maximum of 305.4711 calories. This is going to be the calculator that we got from StatCrunch using the chi-square distribution. Right here is going to show the minimum, and right here is going to be the maximum value using the 95%, sorry. The formulas that we used in order to get the standard deviation is gonna be right here it's gonna be the square root of n minus 1 to times the standard deviation to the power 2 over the right confidence interval, and then it's gonna be the square root and then n minus 1 times s squared divided by the left confidence interval. Right here is going to show the numbers plugged in, and then what we got from that is going to be 13.0809, and then the maximum value is going to be 15.5445. Right here is just a sentence stating the 95% confidence interval for the standard deviation is going to be 13.0809, and then the maximum is going to be 15.5445 fat calories. In order to confirm the results of the lower and the upper bound being 13.0809 and then a maximum of 15.5445, we just divided the numbers that we got in StatCrunch when we calculated it in there, and what we did, and it only does it for the variance, so all we have to do is divide the answers over here. And what we did is for the lower limit, we just divided the 171.10911, and that got us the 13.809. And then we did the same thing with the upper limit, dividing it by the 241.63276, and that got us the 15.445. That'll be everything for question 14. Moving on to question number 15. For this question, we had to do a hypothesis test for the mean proportion variance or the standard deviation. We only had to do one though. The one that we picked is just to do one of the mean. For our claim, we did a mean is equal to 14.1654. So our null hypothesis is gonna be HO is gonna be the mean is equal to 14.1654, and then the HA is gonna be the mean is not equal to 14.64. The critical values that we used is gonna be C equals to 90, and then the alpha is gonna be 0.10, and our alpha divided by 2 is gonna be 0.05. The critical value that we got from this is gonna be plus or minus 1.6508. And then down here below is going to show our calculation within StatCrunch that we gathered for our minimum and our maximum value. Right here is going to be the minimum, right here is going to be the maximum with the 90% confidence interval. And then right here is going to be our DF for our data set, which is going to be 259. The critical values are going to be T equals to plus or minus 1.6508. We got our test statistic using the formula of the x bar minus the mu divided by the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. And then right here is going to show all the numbers that we gathered and plugged in, and then that gave us negative 0.000017457066. So right here is going to be the sentence for our test statistic, and that got us the value from the formula above right here, and that's going to give us negative 0.000017457066. And we failed to reject a show since the test statistic of a negative 0.000017457066 is greater than the critical value of t equals to 1.6508. And there isn't enough evidence to support the claim that mu is actually equal to the 14.1654. We got a p-value of 1, and then right here is going to be our one sample t-test summary. It shows our hypothesis test, and then here's the results. Right here is going to also show the t-test, and then the variable, the df, the standard error, and then the mean. And that'll be everything for our project.